Hey guys, so I thought I would do a fun one today. So this is for fans of 90 Day Fiancé. I'm going to do a fun one. We're going to do some readings of the characters of season 8. I do like to watch 90 Day Fiancé, when I'm not paying attention to politics. But I do, my daughter actually is the one who got me into it. I don't like any kind of reality TV. I like more, I like to watch the Gaia channel and, watch a lot of spiritual shows and things like that. But you got to indulge sometimes, once in a while, and 90 Day Fiancé is an indulgence, as it is for a lot of you if you decide to watch it. So season 8 has been a very interesting one, and I thought we're about halfway through the season. Now, I'm not reading any articles about things to come, okay? I don't like spoilers because I still want to see the rest, of course. But I would like to get into, and I'm not going to worry as much about predicting people get married success as that unless it pops up in the cards. I'm just going to let the cards kind of talk about the people and kind of some things going on. One of the reasons I thought I would do it is because of the tarot reader that Stephanie has. Now, if you guys follow, if you remember early in the season, before she, went to go see Ryan, she had her tarot reader come over. And I watched the cards carefully that were drawn. And I remember them well. It was the the Two of Wands was the very first card. The man who holds the globe looks over the water. I could go anywhere in the world, right? And then the second one was the Chariot, which, was about grabbing the reins, taking control, going forward, being successful. And then the end card is the Seven of Cups, which can be being bewildered with choices. And we can definitely see that Stephanie is experiencing that. She is definitely very bewildered with everything that is going on. And she's not necessarily always making healthy choices. She even does a little bit of wine, and she looked a little heavy drunk in some of these. And the Seven of Cups can point to addictions, things to escape reality, especially like alcohol is definitely one of them. So a little bit of that. There's a little bit of something like that. She needs to get off the sauce. But when the tarot reader got to the Chariot, she interpreted that Ryan had another woman. Okay, what I feel very strongly, and I don't like to put other readers down, but let's say she's a celebrity reader, okay? If she's going to be on TV, she's going to have to deal with the flames. The Chariot has nothing to do with another woman. I was very surprised by it, that she would interpret it that, which makes me feel she was already feeling something psychically, but she was just using that card that Stephanie does not know what it means. Most likely, hey, that's not her job to know tarot. Her thing is, I'll pay you to show me what it means. But us tarot readers know the Chariot does not have anything to do with infidelity or another woman whatsoever. I just don't understand how she took the Major Arcana card that has everything to do about victory, taking control, and going forward. But as a tarot reader, if I was going to look at these three cards and how I would interpret them for Stephanie, would be very simple. Now I'm halfway in the season, I know a little bit more what they mean. The Two of Wands is especially about being at a fork in the road. I'm looking at the globe, I've got it in my hand. I could go anywhere in the world. I could do anything. And she's got a lot of power. She owns her own business. She's got everything going on. The world is her oyster at this point. But she's got two guys now, because we have Ryan, but now this Harris guy has been put in the picture. And very often, the Two of Wands is about possibilities. Now, when I see the Two of Wands in a relationship read, it can have me draw the conclusion that somebody may be wondering if the grass is greener on the other side. Okay? And that I was going to go down this road, but now I'm thinking about walking this way on the path. I'm at the fork in the road. Maybe I'm going to do something different. Well, that is definitely what has presented itself with Stephanie, because now she seems to be going with Harris. And we're going to talk about that in her read. Interesting. But the Chariot, I would see very much a very good card for Stephanie. She has her own business. She has control over her life for the most part. She's up to the point where she can even help support Ryan's family in the other country. She's got that. She's very smart in business. She has a lovely home. She's got everything going on. So the Chariot really, to me, is her. And she's got a lot of balance. But one of the things is love. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. And that is one of the things she's trying to have control over. She definitely does. She's the one who wants to be in charge of this relationship. She doesn't want to lose control of it. And she has a vision. That's one of the things. It's especially about setting intent. This is the way I want things to go. I love this man. I want to bring him back as my husband. This is what I want. Okay, so she's here. That's in her present position, right? So we can definitely feel that's definitely Stephanie. Where's another woman in that card? Nowhere. Sorry, guys. And then when we go to the Seven of Cups, we can see some choices here. Being bewildered. And definitely that certain things would happen once she gets out there that would really confuse her. She would be very confused about Ryan's intent. If there's other women, this going on. How he feels about her and everything else. How she feels about him. And then throwing in this affair that she had with Harris, that just confuses her even more. And that's just making her want to drink, right? As we've seen, which is escape reality. I don't know what to do now. And stuff. And it's all about making the right choice is really what Stephanie is being faced with. Maybe she should just go home and not go with any of them is what, if I was as a reader, maybe that's what I would tell her and stuff like that. But then, of course, we saw just last night, for those who watched it, the tarot reader popped up again. Now, this is what's very interesting. And then I'll get to the reads, guys. Not trying to spoil everything. But, the tarot reader comes on the screen. Harris is laying there in his bathrobe. She's laying there in her bathrobe. And what was very interesting is she didn't pull cards. Instead of saying things, she asked Harris questions to open up and reveal himself. What? You're not supposed to ask people questions, and stuff like that. You're not supposed to dig out this stuff out. That's not the way tarot, or a reading works. You're not supposed to get them to spill all the thing. But, then, he does that, though. That's the way everything goes. But then she interprets that it's a good relationship, and she's doing that. And I really feel she was telling Stephanie what she wanted to hear, okay, at that point. Because, there's still something shady, okay, very sketchy with Harris, okay? So it, with this going on, I mean, he's already sketchy that, Ryan is the fiancé and he's messing with her. That makes him a sketchy guy, okay? That's very, very sketchy. That's family, okay? And he doesn't care. So right there, guys. So, and that's how she interpreted it. And I was very surprised. But at the same time, I feel that, this is what Stephanie wanted to hear, and I'm just going to tell her what she wants to hear. And, it was very interesting how that worked out. Okay. So we're going to kind of look though, what's going on with her and Ryan. Is she going to get back with Ryan? Is she going to, Harris, this, that? What should she do? We'll kind of look at that. So that's a little bit about them. We're going to talk about Brandon and Julia. Obviously, mom and dad are really involved in their business and stuff like that. So that'll be an interesting one. Hazel and Tariq, I'll do maybe a very short reading on them. They don't terribly interest me either. Tariq, I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything. I'm not saying anything bad about him, but there's just, there's some weird stuff going on with that and everything. She's worried about him being faithful, but she wants another woman. It gets real, Jerry Springer with that couple. And then Mike and Natalie, I definitely want to read. Okay, Mike and Natalie, is definitely, some people may feel that, poor Mike, a little bit in the situation. She threw the ring back at him, this and that. Sometimes she's yelling at him and this and that. But he's really put her through the paces, hanging that, the carrot in front of the donkey, if they're going to get married or not, the entire time, till he finally gave her back the ring. He really made her work for that ring and suffer. So I'm not too happy with the way he's treated her in that, you're going to bring her all the way over here and then, make her hang on and make her wonder if she's ever even going to get married and why am I here? And this and that. I mean, he really was there was a little manipulation there. There was a little playing with the feelings. And I feel a lot of it is because he was hurt when the ring got thrown back at him. I do believe that hurt him very terribly, but he was really trying to make her feel his pain. And it was borderline abusive to me. So I would like to kind of look at the dynamics of that relationship. Yara and Jovi, I know a lot of people, that's their favorite. Very interesting. When I look at the comments on Facebook for the 90 Day Fiancé page, either people love or hate Yara or love or hate Jovi, and some people feel she's spoiled, and some people feel sorry for her because he does seem to like to drink and hang out with the friends, and there are women that can empathize with that. Well, I'd be frustrated with him too, and things like that. So that is I haven't, right, wrong, indifferent. I haven't made up my mind who's the good or bad guy. I feel it's a little bit of both. There's a little good, bad guy on both sides on that one. And Rebecca and Zied, I do want to read that one. This is a big one because with Rebecca and Zied, the whole family is looking out for her. That she could possibly be making another, mistake, with the fiancé visa and everything like that. That she's ending up with the same guy, different face, as far as, the guy with Morocco who did her wrong and was only there for the green card. What is Ziad's intention? He's a little bit of a mystery, right? Does he really love her? He obviously wants to come to America. We know that. We don't need to pull cards for that. But does he really love her? Or is he going to turn into something dark once he gets married? Okay, that's one of the things. And stuff. Sometimes he seems like a nice guy, and then other times something sinister starts to show. And I feel like the family is really trying to get through to her. Maybe, are you sure you've been married 3 times? You're a 3-timer here. Okay. And, you made a mistake with the one guy, maybe she should stop trying to get married, but, is she making the right decision here? And I guess the latest thing is he wants to get married before Ramadan because he can't, his, apparently, in his culture, and it probably is so, he can't be married, or he can't be living with someone, during Ramadan, a girlfriend. Apparently he can't do that. But, and she's like, I kind of want to feel this out and make sure this is what I want to do, have him in my home turf, see how it is. And, it was kind of revealing when she lost her engagement ring and she's looking all over for it and he's playing video games and he didn't seem concerned at all about it. And she's like, okay, help me find my ring, and he's like, what, and everything. And he just wants to play video games. So that's kind of telling you things. That's kind of a red flag for me. So, okay, let's get started. I've given my speech on all of them and stuff, and I did that in 15 minutes. Sorry, guys. So, but I wanted to kind of put the scoop. Let's go to the fun one with Stephanie, Ryan, and Harris. So, let's kind of see what's going on. This is going to be a long video, apparently, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I just thought I'd do something different. I do a lot of politics and predictions with that and everything. But everything has been fairly calm, in the political world lately that I can kind of play around and stuff. Well, sort of, when I'm not busy reading people, when I'm not teaching classes. Okay, so let's focus. Stephanie, Ryan, and Harris. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, but I don't know if Stephanie had ever watched my vids, but, definitely concerned about her choices and stuff, And the funny thing is Stephanie and I are the exact same age. So people are calling her a cougar and all this, and I'm like, I'm cougar age. It's kind of like, oh, man, we're the same exact age. So, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but I thought this would be fun. We're going to do the Light Seers Tarot because it's got a little bit of, you know, the ethnicity of the cards is very different and multicultural. So it has that kind of flavor. And I thought that would be a good one to do for these guys. Trying to get a little bit of the energy, you know, with the cultural differences and everything like that. You know, we'll kind of look at, you know, is Ryan sincere? He hasn't cheated, you know, and things like that. You know, Stephanie did, though. You know, well, she admitted to him and everything, but it's getting kind of bizarre. All right, very first card, very interesting. So we've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So Knight of Cups very much is a wishing card. Now, very often it's depicted as the smug merchant. The person is very accomplished in this and that. I've accomplished all of these wonderful cups, but there's a little something missing there, and they're still kind of wishing for something more and stuff. But I've got a reversal on this, okay? So normally the person does not get their wish and everything. So, and we definitely know Stephanie is not getting her wish because she wanted Ryan. Oh, and her card is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is not surprising. This is normally an older woman for me. Not always, but the Queen of Swords can be. You know, she's got that wisdom. She normally has maturity and stuff like that. Though I don't necessarily feel that Stephanie is trying to be young or anything like that. I feel she's just trying to live her best life, you know. And notice we've got the water in the background, and you know, we've got she's got, is that music there? Yeah, and she's just, you know, she cannot be controlled. One thing, you cannot control the Queen of Swords, you know, so she has to be in charge. This is very important to her. But she's smart. You know, she's not a stupid woman. So don't be fooled, even though all this stuff is going on with this guy and everything like that, don't think she's stupid. You know, she's very keen, but she could be her own worst enemy, hence why the Queen of Swords is the opposing card to the wish. Okay, she could be your own worst enemy. And then we've got the World. So definitely, you know, this is the thing. But I want you to kind of look at this. We've got like this woman and she's surrounded by this. Remember when she did the hula hoops, guys? Remember she did the hula hoop in the one episode? You know, she's just got, she could go anywhere in the world, do anything. She's got a lot of personal power and things like that. But, you know, we've got that 9, that's something missing. She just wants everything to be complete. And she's ready for a new phase in her life, which is, you know, I would like to be married. I would like to have love now. She took a long time before she dated. She was single for a very long time. She didn't, you know, I'm just going to avoid men altogether and be successful. That was her thing. But now she's hoping, you know, I've got this Queen of Swords. I've got a lot of wisdom. I'm ready to, you know, take some chances here. You know, I got to live my best life here. So we're definitely entering a new phase, you know, with going into a relationship has been a big one. Let's draw a card to, oh, yes, but here we go. Oh, this is very interesting. We drew the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse position. Now, 9 of Pentacles, for tarot readers who know, normally depicts a single woman, okay, who is surrounded by abundance, you know, and she has all that self-confidence. You know, she feels good about herself. She has self-love. And I do believe Stephanie does have self-love to a degree. Okay, now I want you to kind of look at the birdie. There is normally a falcon in most depictions in tarot. The person is normally single. They have accomplished much. I can see them for that businesswoman who does very well. And now they're ready to send the little birdie off to go find their true love. But we've got a reversal of this card. So there is something in there that suddenly later in life, she is being a little bit slightly codependent to the dream here. Not as much to the person as to the dream itself. You know, there's a lot of fantasy that is going on with her, with Ryan. He is a fantasy come to life, and she is trying to live a fantasy life. She's not necessarily being realistic in what she is doing, hence why we have a little bit of a reversal here. But the Knight of Pentacles does show, because yes, she is accomplished. She has lots of abundance. You know, she does very well in that. Now, very interesting. I do have the Queen of Wands in the reverse position here. Okay, so one of the questions was, does Ryan have another woman? Has there been someone else? I will actually go ahead and say, as she is the Queen of Swords in here, that there has been at least one other person that he has been seeing, and we've even got a little bit of that kind of culture image. So most likely someone from his country, I'm going to go ahead and suspect, and everything. So there's definitely been somebody that was in the picture. So as far as her suspicions of another woman, let's go ahead and pull a clarifier to that. I do have the Strength card next to it and so forth. So I definitely do feel, actually, looking at this card, let me take it back a little bit. It is very possible he's talking to another woman from the United States as well. I've got a little bit of that vibe. So I feel someone in his country, he's been kind of having a thing, but I feel like he may be trying to talk to another person in the States here. Now, it could be because he already felt some things were failing, or maybe he started getting bothered by all the control issues. She's a little mean to him sometimes. Let's face it, she's a little mean to him. So I do feel he's talking to somebody also in this country. Okay, and then what do we got? So then we've got the card, the Fool. And just, this is a little bit of Stephanie's spirit. I'm 52 and, I've accomplished and everything, and I'm ready to kind of take a leap of faith. But at the same time, is she being a little bit foolish? A little bit dreamy and going into fantasy? Yes. Now, and then this is Ryan. This is the Knight of Cups. Him offering his love, and obviously there has been a proposal in there. The Knight of Cups often proposes marriage, and he looks like a heartless romantic. So he definitely won her heart and everything. This is, she wants true love. And see, he's got that, kind of reminds me of him. He looks like him a little bit. So that's the perfect card. So that is, but the Knight of Cups normally does propose marriage very often. But what else are we looking at? And then I've also got the Empress reversed here and so forth. Now, this is actually a very fitting card for Stephanie because, trying to be in control. At the same time, he is younger. Okay, so once in a while, she tries to act like his mother as well as girlfriend. Okay, she does get a little domineering with her age there. And that's part of the reason they're having problems too, because she's older. She can be a little bit like his mother, as the Empress is the mother of tarot. That can be a problem. We've got Four of Wands, which normally for me, I look at the stability and the foundation of the relationship. And it is reversed to show that the foundation of this relationship was never stable. It really apparently is rooted very much in fantasy. And that is one of the problems that is going on. And we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse position. So we've got some depression in here. I definitely do feel that it's her. Things not turning out the way she hoped and things like that. So yes, she's very sad about this. But she's making choices like running with Harris and stuff because of that depression. She's avoiding that moment that she really needs to have, which is maybe we should get past this and heal and just kind of pick ourselves up and go. Things did not work out. And the card in her position, there we go. So now we've got the Knight of Wands. This is Harris, and he's come into his position. And I want you to kind of look at that. Now, he is in the reverse position, by the way. So she kind of looks at him as her saving grace. Let me come up here for a little bit as I talk about this one with Harris popping in the picture, because all the read is pretty much kind of confirming my feel. The opportunity. The wands especially can be about opportunity. That is one of the messages that they can be about, and he saw an opening and an opportunity, but, and he's saying, oh, I love you, this, that. Come on, guys. She's got a lot of money. She's been taking care of Ryan's family and this and that. And she's a nice looking woman. I do feel he's physically attracted to her. He sees opportunity. Okay. And she needs to be wise to that. She's got it in her mind that he's a good guy and looking out for her best interests. He's an opportunist. And that's what she needs to understand. But she's still, the thing is, and this is kind of my feel, and I've got the Eight of Swords in the reverse position. So she's very trapped in mind at the moment. She's got, she's being her own worst enemy, Queen of Swords. She's kind of feeling like trapped and stuck in a situation. She's lost control for the first time probably in her life. And it is very much, very challenging. But she needs to understand there's an ulterior motive here. He saw an opportunity. He was right there. Will you come over? Oh, yeah. And things like that. When she has a little fight with Ryan, he's right in there. He's been ready to steal her from day one. He definitely wants this and everything. Now we have the Chariot. Okay. Now, where we talked about the Chariot came up in her last layout, grabbing the reins, taking control, going forward. This is what she needs to do. This is what she needs to do. She needs to take control over her life and stuff like that. So, and we've got two horses. Notice we have. We've got two men and everything, so that we could almost look at that. She's trying to control these guys and everything. She needs to get her balance between the two of them, is what she needs to do. She's got to stop jumping from one horse to the other horse in this image, right? She's got to get control of the situation because they're just going to keep leading her this way and that way. Okay, I'm in control, so I'm going to turn this way, the Chariot. No, I'm in control. And she needs to get control of both of these men, in the sense, and get her bearings and stop letting her, them lead her by her loins. Let's put it that way. Okay. Because a lot of it is the sex and they're messing with her on that and everything else. And then we've got also the Knight of Swords. Interesting, another knight in here. But this one is more to express those racing thoughts and rushing in. This is her problem. This is actually a card to express herself. When one thing goes wrong here, she gets desperate and she starts rushing in to do something. Oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do that. She rushed right to Harris. And she can't even she's so afraid of having to go to a healing place. She's got to find somebody to fill the void immediately. And this is her problem. And this is what's messed her up. And she needs to get this Chariot energy here, as she needs to grab the reins to take control and go forward and stop letting these guys pull her around like this. She's losing the upper hand. Let's put it that way. She's definitely losing the upper hand, but she has the ability to fix it. But yeah, in the hopes and fears, this is the thing, is the Lover's reversed. She doesn't want to leave that country without someone. She really doesn't want to do that. And that's why she ran to Harris. Like, I put all this, time, effort, energy, all this traveling and stuff. She doesn't love that guy. She doesn't love that guy. She knows she doesn't. She's afraid of coming out empty-handed. And then we've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position. So Spirit, if I was sitting there and I was advising Stephanie myself, the Eight of Pentacles can be about doing the same thing over and over. Okay, and expecting a different result when you see it in the reverse. And it's like, we got to do things very differently that we've been handling here. Everything is just, it's an emotional roller coaster ride. There's a lot of lust in there and things like that. And various things that we're getting pulled around, and stuff like that. And, and she needs to get back her control, and get that Chariot energy that even popped up in that reading initially, with her tarot reader, if she would have interpreted it correctly. Like if I was sitting there, we want to take control. Do not lose control of this situation, Stephanie. If I had pulled that card for her, I'd be like, you got to take control of everything. Don't lose control. Don't lose your grip. Don't let him control you and everything like that. You got to, you'll keep the upper hand in this relationship, or they're gonna mess with you here. And that's why she gets the Eight of Swords reverse. Or she's got to get out of that mental trap. They're messing with her here and everything. And it's because of that's the sacral chakra. They're messing with her. Okay, so that's her reading and everything. So the Lover's reversed is really where it needs to be. And see, that's her biggest fear, to leave without anybody that I invested all my time, effort, energy, love, money, taking care of this family, doing this and that, and to go home empty-handed. She is so afraid of doing that. She does not want to admit defeat. She does not want to admit failure. And that's going to be her downfall. And she's just going to keep getting used and used, and that's her problem. Okay, so we read that. That's what I get for those guys. Very, very fascinating cards popped up. But very interesting. Nine of Pentacles reverses for her, which she needs to be aware of. Okay, so now we're going to read Brandon and Julia. I should put times for you guys in case there are certain ones you don't want to read. For this one, which one would I like to read for these guys? Let me see. I've got so many decks. So many. I will... There, we'll just read this one. Now, his mom may pop up as Queen of Swords. She definitely, likes to be in control and everything. And, as far as, being, letting the guy grow up, really letting Brandon grow up and everything. I feel they're kind to let her in the home. Oh, let me get down here so you guys can see my cards. I feel they're kind to let her in the home and everything like that. That is good. And open up the doors and welcome her as family. But, there's a lot of control there. So let's kind of see some of the dynamics of that relationship. There's a lot of lust, definitely with Brandon and Julia. There's a lot of lust, but, I do feel there is love too. I definitely do feel he loves her. And they're kind of a cute couple. She doesn't do well with the animals on the farm. But you know what? Farm life is hard. This is get up early in the morning and go work. It's not every girl's dream. So I kind of understand that. So people should kind of give her a break on that. It's not like she was raised that way. But they're just young kids. They want to have love and have fun. But he probably just needs to go get a job and get his own place. See, he's a little bit he likes that rent-free. He likes that rent-free, and that's kind of a problem. So I can understand Julia's frustration that, I'd like to kind of be with you by myself, just us. I completely understand her. He is a mama's boy. Okay, so this would be an interesting one. Okay. So we've got the King of Cups in the reverse position. I will actually go ahead and say that is the father. Okay. Because I don't really necessarily take that Brandon is quite a king yet. I will say he wants to be king and everything. But I feel the father, for the most part, he's a nice guy, he's sensitive and things like that. But he's also got a lot of ideas on what is right, what is wrong, what is proper behavior, and also about respect. Respect is a huge thing in this house. But he's sensitive enough. He's not hardcore. He's not like the Emperor. But he is big on respect and so forth. Now, the Seven of Swords, to me, this is what this represents, guys. Don't worry, Brandon or Julia is not cheating. But what it is this is the sneaky guy, right? They're always sneaking off to do something. This is who these kids are. They got it, the parents go out of town for a day and they're jumping in the jacuzzi and having sex in it. Okay. And then the evidence is left behind, as evidence often is left behind. The cat is normally out of the bag with the Seven of Swords reverse. They're not good at covering their tracks, like the Seven of Swords guy is not very good. And so then it's like, oh, the jacuzzi is all messed up. You guys were having sex in it, weren't you? Things like that. So they're always trying to find a way to sneak to be together, and everything. Because what do you expect? They're young, and they're hot for each other. And so they're always having to do things behind the parents' back. And this has got to be frustrating. It's got to be frustrating for Brandon and Julia as well as the parents. But what did they expect them to be, angels and choir boys and this and that? No, they're kids. And this is a good card for Julia. I've got the Page of Wands. And definitely she's got that fire and that independent spirit. She's a young independent spirit, of course, but already kind of setting the tone. She's kind of, got a hold of his wand. Let's put it that way. She's got a hold of his wand. She knows how to control that. Okay, she's a very beautiful young lady. She's very, very much let's just leave it at that. She's got control of his wand. She really does. Okay. Now, I've got the King of Swords in the reverse position. So this kind of makes me feel her father. We've got his father, but I feel her father. And I feel she also may come from a rather strict environment herself. Okay? And so I feel they're both kind of rebelling against parents. Because notice it's in the past position and so forth like that. And this is really the problem with, Brandon and Julia, is money and so forth. They've got to understand that, the parents you're in their home, okay? They're giving you a gift of free rent. You got to work on the farm, though, of course. But, they've got a good deal to a degree, so they need to be respectful and appreciative of the parents. But at the same time, he does need to man up and get his own thing going, because we can't do that for so long. He does try to stand up for himself. I've got the Seven of Wands. He has tried to do this, with them, because notice her here at the bottom, okay, is like, you need to stand up. We need to be in the same room. We need to be in the same room. She's got control of the wand. And she's like, if you even want to be able to sneak in this room or not, you go stand up to your parents. Okay, she does that. She manipulates them with the sex and stuff. So he's trying to stand up for himself. And that hasn't really gone too well for him. Not exactly the best way. But he did at a certain point in the season say, hey, I'm gonna have to move out here, because I can't do this much more. And the mom got real upset. So they're working on making some deals there. They're making some deals. But yes, we've got that Four of Pentacles and so forth. He's got to start saving money up. He's got to put it together and so forth, to be able to get out of this. This is where they've got him. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles. The family is very hard work oriented. They want him working on that farm. But they have got to loosen the grip a little bit on this poor guy, okay? They're just, they're so afraid of him making his own choices, decision. They're afraid of him making mistakes. Obviously, the pregnancy thing is a big one, trying to get her on birth control. They have to relent at a certain point. Here is my guidance, but you can't force the guy to take it. That's one of the things we learned as parents. Now, I've got the Three of Swords in the reverse position. I'm a little worried about that there's going to be heartache with this relationship if the parents keep messing around and dividing them and everything like that. And then I've got the High Priestess in the reverse position and things like that. So remember, one of the things the High Priestess is about secrets, and it is a little bit about privacy, right? They have no privacy. They can't keep things to themselves. And this is going to be the deal breaker here, with Julia, if they can't have any kind of privacy. And then we've got the Queen. Okay, she is the page, Julia, but we've got the Queen of Wands. And Mom, see, I want you to kind of notice, they are, we've got the similar thing here. She's like, you might have control of his little wand, but I've got control of the big wand here. I'm the head honcho of the house. Okay, and what happened when they set the wedding date? Oh, it's on Mother's Day. Oh, no, you have to change it. Okay, she has even admitted that she doesn't like Julia taking attention from her. But Mom has got to let go of his wand. Okay? She's got to let go of control. Okay? And understand that this is somebody who wants to get married and have his own family one day and stuff. He can't be your baby boy forever. So let's draw a clarifier for that one. There we go. And we've got that emperor energy. Okay. Now we're bringing more of the control of the father and so forth, standing next to the queen and everything else. So definitely we've got that going on. Now, very interesting. I do have, yes, that is a 3. We've got the 3 of Wands in the reverse position. Obviously, she comes from afar. He feels this is his ship. This is the one and everything like that. Moment has arrived and everything. But, it is reversed that things are in jeopardy with this relationship and stuff. And definitely, with these parents and everything like that. But ultimately, the Page of Cups. Now, the page can be male or female. So I would say, I'm going to go ahead and yield that this is Brandon. He loves this girl. His love is sincere. Yeah, she's got a hold of his wand. Okay, that's part of it. But he really does love her. It's not just straight lust. And that's why marriage and everything like that. But, definitely we see that, the parents, the mom, I would say the mom is harder, in a sense that, she's got to let go and understand that, the apple of his eye is Julia right now. And that's the way it's meant to be. Just like it was once, meant for her husband. And mom has got to be strong. She's got to be strong and just be like, I have to accept he's grown up now. My guy is grown up now, and I'm not necessarily his favorite person. This is his favorite person, and she kind of needs to accept that. So I feel that's the main thing. The parents, if they don't stop, they could sabotage this for him, and then his little heart's going to be broken. And if that happens, he's going to resent them. He's really going to resent them and everything, and that's just going to make him want to rebel even more. Then he's really not going to want to work on the farm. So that's for those guys. But it is kind of funny. Julia is the Page of Wands. And that's not a surprise. Okay, so we got those guys out of the way. So now, Hazel and Tariq. I want to do a short read on this. I don't want to get too much into the dynamics. They don't fascinate me that much. I'm just going to pull. I'm not going to do a full read on it. I'm going to do kind of we'll take a quick look because they're just not that fascinating to me. They're kind of Jerry Springer. With should we bring another girl in, and yet she gets jealous, and this is a very bizarre thing. So we'll just kind of look at it very briefly. I do think he loves Hazel. I do feel he does. And I actually feel he doesn't want to bring another woman in for Hazel. But does he like female attention? Yes, because we got that mini girl that Hazel is jealous of. So, oh yes, but Brandon's mom, when she saw that the wedding fell on Mother's Day, she should have just been dealt with it. Okay, she's had many Mother's Day. I'm sure he made her many Mother's Day cards. Let them get married that day. They can't even pick their wedding day, because it inconveniences mom. But that's my day. Mom, God, stop. Let the man grow up. Oh my God. It's very dramatic. But I just really want to catch a Mike and Natalie. So no offense. If you guys really like Hazel and Tariq, I'm going to do a little touch on it, but I'm just not as interested in them. I tend to like look at my phone when they come on. Okay, so let's kind of look at Tariq and Hazel. Okay. Very interesting. So I've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. Knight of Wands is especially about boundaries. And I feel this is one of the things I could see this being the first card, because he's kind of certain things he's willing to allow, in the relationship. He's kind of going past his comfort zone by maybe, okay, we could bring another woman into it. But if you look at him when they're looking online trying to find another woman, he's really not into it. It's not really what he wants to do. But he's trying to do this. He's afraid of losing her, make her happy. But at the same time, she has this weird thing about him crossing boundaries with this Minty girl that he is friends with and things like that. So respecting boundaries of each other is really a big one here. I look at the Page of Cups in the reverse position. Now this, I will go ahead, I'm going to say this is Hazel's card. She is a very sensitive type of person. This can be an androgynous card. As far as love, I think she's trying to love Tariq. Okay. Definitely can offer a good life in this and that. I feel she's trying to grow into it. But I just don't feel her heart's in it. I don't feel her heart's in it. And I've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position. She obviously, this is a poor harvest card. So she comes from a country that we know is very poor. And I don't blame her one bit for wanting to get out of it. And inevitably, once she gets established, get her son out. So that is a big thing. So, but I do feel, so yes, obviously she wants to be here for a better life. I don't blame her. We saw where she came from. But I feel she is trying to love him, but is not in love with him. And this could be part of the reason she wants a woman in there. And this is a good card for him. For Tariq, I've got the King of Pentacles. He looks like he's got his, his stuff together. He's doing well. I feel he does pretty good financially, to the point he could bring her over here, and he has everything and he will take care of her. And one of the things, the King of Pentacles, he does often put career first. In this case, maybe he's not doing that so much, but he is fine taking care of her. I feel he loves this woman. It is sincere. I don't feel it's all, ooh, the sex, the sad or nothing. I feel he really does love her and everything. Now, we've got the Empress reverse. I feel this is kind of a challenge for her because she is a mother. Part of the reason she always looks sad. If you notice, Hazel always looks sad is because she misses her child. But, of course, she wants to bring them over here for a better life. So that makes perfect sense. Absolutely. And stuff. And then eventually once she gets, like green card and can get to work and things like that and establish herself, I do feel that's a goal. She's going to have to wait on that, which I feel is the hard part. Let's go ahead and look at a final card. Oh, this is not a good final card, guys. So the Death card. There's a lot of problems with this relationship. There's a lot of problems. And a lot of it stems from that boundary. I don't feel they're probably going to make it here. Okay. Because I really feel that, for her, I feel she's trying to love him. I see an effort there. She definitely sees an opportunity to better herself and to have a better life in America. And I feel he understands that she wants that, and he is respectful of that. I feel he does have strong feelings for her. I feel he does have love feelings for her. He's definitely very drawn to her. She's a beautiful girl, but I've got the Death card that the survivability of this relationship, especially with, she gets jealous over things. And then he really doesn't want to bring another woman into the relationship. I really feel his hesitancy on doing that. He wants to make her happy, but that's not something that would make him happy. And these dynamics are going to be the end of the relationship. Okay, so I touched on that one very quickly. Very quickly. But that one is not a hard read. It's really not a hard read. Okay, so now I'm excited. We're going to get to Mike and Natalie. So got a few to go. So this is going to be a long video. If anybody is real good with putting times, like, oh, this will be Mike and Natalie or this or that. If anybody does that for me, I'd appreciate it. Because it would take me forever to be able to figure it out. Okay. Mike and Natalie, let's shake this up. Okay. Very interesting couple. One that I follow. And sometimes, I don't know. Mike just bothered me a little bit. I At first I thought, I had feelings. I'm going to have to look at my tarot read. I know he's a good guy deep down. I know he has a big heart, but I feel that he really made her pay for throwing that ring. I mean, he may have went a little overboard. He was really messing with her emotion and stuff like that. He needs to be respectful. She's from another culture. She shows emotion a little bit differently. I'm not saying, they're different human-wise, but expressing emotion and things like that is not the same as it is America and everything. When they actually express it, we all feel the same, you could say, but to express it, and he needs to understand English is not her first language, so when she's trying to express herself, she is doing her best. Okay, she's doing her best. Do they love each other? That's been one of the big hot questions this year on 90 Day Fiancé. They've been on before, but I definitely do feel in the beginning he did. But he was saying things like, I don't love you like I used to, things like that. And that's very hurtful stuff. And so are they even in love? Let's kind of see that. But they are apparently going to get married, so we'll see what's going on. And 7. There we go. Let's cut the deck. Phew. Wheel of Fortune. I look at the Wheel of Fortune reverse, and this is what I kind of feel. Is right now, as of the last episode, it is an unlucky situation that coronavirus hit, right? This is one of the main things. Her mother can't come out. The wedding is not go exactly as the way they want. They're going to have a wedding, but it's just, everything is just the worst timing. So that's what I feel the Wheel of Fortune kind of represents. It's just, this is probably the worst time to come over with a visa and try to work out all your problems. Do I love you? Do I not love you? I'm not going to give you the ring. Here is the ring. Let's get married. This is just, the timing is terrible for this couple. So we do have, he shows as the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. Now, this is what I kind of feel. King of Pentacles is normally well-to-do, can take care of himself and everything like that. Normally good in business, making money and everything like that. He's established enough that he could support the both of them. He's good on that. But there is a little something that wants to be cared for as well. And he has a little bit of a needy nature of certain things he wants from her. Okay? And stuff like that. I'm not saying he's telling her to clean the house and do his laundry. I don't mean it like that. But there are certain things that he has a little bit of neediness in certain ways, that he wants to be treated and that he wants to be loved. He also likes to kind of be in control of the way things are around the house. Everything is all him. And she needs to be able to put her in there. Let her decorate the house the way she wants. Let her do some things. Let her put herself in there. He needs to budge a little bit and let her make this her home too. He also needs to be more understanding. She comes from a different place, which is very different. I know he sees her as complaining a lot and things. And the culture is very open and expressive. If they don't like something, they just blurt it out. Where other people are more softer and they may not want to hurt your feelings. That's just the way they are. They're a little more outspoken about certain things they don't like. They're a little different. But he can get his feelings hurt a little bit and things like that. But, there are certain things that he feels he needs from her, to make this work. And I believe that's why there's a little bit of a reversal. And then we've got the Fool. So everything is about to be a new beginning. There is a lot of trust. This card is a lot about trust and each one trusting the other, especially Natalie trusting him. He fell asleep at the friend's place. She got very upset about that. And that is a sore spot with her. She's probably going to always kind of carry that with her, but she's trying to forgive and forget and everything like that. Now, this is another dynamic, okay? I do feel he loves her, but this season, he's been a lot of King of Swords, okay? Kind of cool with emotions and everything like that. And he's sharp with the things he says to her. This is a very good communication type of card. He said some hurtful things, okay? So, we got to kind of look at that. And, that's one of the things about the King of Swords and stuff. The thing about it, he will communicate and express himself, but then at first he didn't want to go to therapy, right? He's very simple in things he says. Digging deep and stuff is not his thing, but he will express himself. So we've got the Two of Wands, and this is what this one makes me feel. This is in the past position, is I really feel Mike stood at the fork in the road. When he had that opportunity, as this card can be about opportunity and the possibilities, should I go on without her or should I bring her back here and make this work? That was his really fork in the road moment. And he's afraid of the stormy sky. He wants to go to the sun, but he is like, God, am I doing the right one or am I going to be led to the storm? But he was willing to take the chance and brought her over here. So definitely that would be very fitting, kind of what he was looking at. Yes, I would actually say Natalie would fit well, very good, with the Page of Wands. She's a very passionate type of woman. I do feel she's very passionate and everything. And, and she has to have that fire. And I feel that, Mike wasn't showing a lot of fire for her this season since he brought her over. He's been very cool and stuff like that. And she needs that. She wants that love and that passion. She's definitely like that. Now we've got the burden card. This is a big one. Is carrying a heavy burden. I would actually say more Natalie is the one who's really carried a heavy burden and everything. And he needs to be respectful of that. She's leaving everyone behind to come over here for love. Okay? And this has not been easy on her. She's trying to adapt. She's not necessarily happy with the home. She's kind of out there. What is she out there in the boons? She's out there in the boons and everything. She gets in the house. It's always cold and things like that. And I know she seems like a complainer, but she's really, there's a lot that she has given up to be here. And he needs to be a little bit more understanding of that, that she just feels very under pressure. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles reverse. I feel this is the hard part for Natalie. She does, for a little while, have to be dependent on him. That is going to be the hard part for her. Because she's actually, she's the Page of Wands. Okay, she's got a lot of fire. There's some independence in there that is just bursting to come out and everything. So it's going to be hard for her, not be able to work and things like that. That is the challenge there. But there we go, Six of Cups. So children, that's what, and I do feel that is her wish and everything. That should not be a problem with the Six of Cups showing. Actually, once they work their stuff out, they can have a really beautiful family life. That is very nice and upright. Ooh, why do we got the Seven of Swords here? Oh, well, we know why. There was that situation, which, of course, Natalie was about him sleeping over someone's house and things like that. We already know that the trust issue. We've got the new beginnings. We're trying to trust again. But did something happen that he's not admitting to? Let's draw a clarifier. Because that is normally a betrayal. Yeah, okay. So I feel pretty much, I want to draw another, let's draw another one. Yeah, something, I will tell you, I think something happened. I'm sorry. I think something happened. Back in the day when he fell asleep over someone's house, I feel something happened. And she knows as a woman. Okay, her intuition screamed at her. Because this is the betrayal card. This is some kind of cheating. And this is to be stabbed in the back. And this is exactly how she felt. And I've also got a King of Wands in here, which can be about passion and sex. I think he did a little something, and she's right. This was not an innocent, I just slept over her house. Oh, Mike. Oh, I was hoping you didn't do that. I was hoping that wasn't true. But so she guys, she's wrestled with this for a while, of that something happened and it is not let go. And you as women can kind of know that when something happens and it won't let go, it's most likely true. So it looks like he may have had a little much to drink. Maybe he was not in a good spot or something, but he was not faithful. Okay? He was not faithful. Nope, nope, nope. It's right there. It's there. It's there. He was not faithful to her. Very bad. Okay? Very bad. If she ever sees this, please don't message me. Okay? I hate to say it. But, we're in, the same time we're in the Fool. We're in new beginnings. Okay? So whatever happened, I feel it was a moment of idiocy. And I feel he would not do it again. I will say that. We've got the Six of Pentacles, which is about receiving gifts. She received the ring back, didn't she? She was the beggar. She was the beggar. Can I have back my ring? Can I have back my ring? She's trying. She's trying to do all the right things, trying so hard. She just wants to make this work. She's putting in a lot of effort. He finally gave her the ring. So then we have in the hopes and fears. I will say this is a hope, the Four of Wands, to have the stability. We've got a child in there, so to have a happy family life. Do they have a shot at it? God, I hope so after all this and everything. I love the fact the Five of Swords is the outcome, actually. The battle comes to an end. They can stop fighting. I do have the Three of Pentacles to work together as a partnership. I feel it's going to take some time to really bring the love and the passion back in the equation. I feel once they build a family, it will they'll grow into it. But, you've got a visa, you got to get married or you got to go home. And so they're going to do it. But, they got to really work at getting that love and passion. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle. I don't see them breaking up necessarily. I'm just saying this relationship, I feel they'll inevitably work like partners. Yeah. He messed up. He did, guys. He messed up. Seven of Swords as always. And next to the Ten of Swords. And next to the King of Wands. He did cheat on her. Okay? He did cheat on her. I'm really bummed to see that. I will tell you. I feel I'm too involved in these people's lives. Okay? But I am really bummed to see that. Okay, I got to get back to other cards. That was a big one. But some really juicy stuff there. That's the highlight of the read right there. I should stop right now. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get to Yara and Jovi. I think I'm going to do the Light Seers Tarot for those guys. I think, no, I want to do Celestial. I'm going to do Celestial. I'm really bummed about Mike. You guys don't understand. Just putting her through all that crap when all along Mike, dirty dog. You dirty dog. Oh, how dare he. Okay, I've lost any respect I could have had for him. Let's go to Yara and Jovi. Oh, I really need a drink now. Oh, my Lord. Okay, here we go. Kind of want to pull the clarifier first before we got... So Three of Wands, I see that. The international, the ship has come in. He went and found her from another country. So appropriate to have the Three of Wands. It is in the reverse position. Is she the one or is she not the one? Okay, so we've got a little bit of a reverse. We've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. So this is about to feel out in the cold. I feel they kind of do this to each other. You know, that each other can kind of feel out in the cold with each other at times. Is a little bit of that. You know, for instance, when he runs off with the friends to go drinking, she feels out in the cold. And when she is complaining about certain things going on around the house, and she kind of shuns him and pushes him off and get away from me, he feels out in the cold. So they kind of give the cold shoulder to each other. That would be appropriate, makes sense with the card. We've got the Five of Cups. Now, Five of Cups is about mourning a loss and so forth, but then Two Cups stand behind, which is normally the soulmate. So they definitely are soulmates, and I feel they both came out of troubling relationships and so forth, but they're ready to try to make this work. Let's kind of see what's going on. Don't jeopardize it though, Jovi. But we've got the Two of Wands and everything. So we've kind of got that. I feel a little bit in there that at least somebody wonders, and I would probably say Yara, is the grass greener on the other side? Am I doing the right thing? Should I go down this road or maybe should I go home? I feel she's more of the one who's really kind of wondering, because I do think he's all in with her. But I feel she gets frustrated by doing the right thing. She's a beautiful girl. She could have anyone she wants and so forth. But we've got that moon here. We've got a lot of uncertainty and so forth. You know, she's very confused about certain things, you know, with the drinking and the guys and everything like that. I feel she trusts him, you know, because she knows she has him hooked. But at the same time, his behavior is not always good. I got the Prince of Swords in the reverse position. I would say that would be Jovi. You know, he's a little reckless, you know, little like the Knight of Swords. He's a little bit reckless with his behavior. I feel he does say hurtful things sometimes. If you're ever watching, he needs to be a little bit more compassionate, you know, and a little bit more sensitive to her, you know, the way he is. And the King of Wands, I actually feel the King of Wands, the reason why it's showing is this is who she wants him to be. Okay? She wants him to have charge of his life, you know, and have control and be passionate, you know, and a go-getter and things like that. This is who she wants him to be. And I would say with that showing, he has the potential to be that. You know, he has, you know, good job and everything like that. But we've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position. I would actually say he apparently does have a job that's not bad, but I feel like he's squandering his money. Okay, I feel he's squandering his money, and that's going to be a problem in the relationship. And I've also got the Star reversed. There's a little bit of hopelessness in this thing here. But yeah, I feel like, you know, spending the money on alcohol, going and partying and this and that. He does have a job. He travels and this and everything. But, you know, he could do so much more. I feel he's being a little wasteful and, you know, living the good life. The Prince of Pentacles in the reverse position, I feel this represents the friends, you know, that are always kind of trying to get him to go out and do things with them. And he's got to let the good old boys go. You know, we really got to do that. Let's go ahead and see. I'm going to have this card be for Yara in her position. Ah, yes. Okay. And if you notice, the Chariot has a woman here. Now, notice one of the things is she is pregnant. And notice she holds a baby and things like that. But the Chariot is reversed. I feel like she likes to be in control. But she doesn't want to demasculinize him. She doesn't want that either. She wants a King of Wands. She wants a leader, but at the same time, she likes to be in control. Okay, so this is where she needs to find a healthy balance, hence steering her chariot and everything. You know, she's got to kind of find a way to work that out and negotiate that. How can I be in control of certain things, but let him be a man and let him lead, because I want him to do that too. I want him to take care of things. I want him to take care of me, but I want to be in control. See, that's kind of the paradox, and that's why her chariot is reversed. But she's got a family, and she wants him to put that first, rightfully so. That's appropriate. Five of Swords in the reverse position, expect more battles. The battles there are going to be more to come. That is one of the things those guys fight like crazy. They have too many disagreements, you know, because he does shift between being grown man and child. In the environment is the death reverse card. So this is a hard one, guys. I'm not saying it's over. Please don't tell me if it is. But one of the things, I do feel it's kind of on the edge. I know they're about to get married, but certain things, if they don't change, are going to be a problem. His drinking problem, there you go, Ace of Cups reverse. In this case, as I was meditating on drinking problem, he needs to empty his cup. Let's put it that way. We need to stop drinking. Okay, we need to stop drinking all the time because it's going to be the death of the relationship. I feel that's going to be ultimately what does it. Four of Swords in the reverse position and stuff. They probably should have waited a little bit before getting married. Got to know each other a little too late for that. End card. What is it, guys? Got the King of Cups in the reverse position. Ooh, are we going to fall out of love? Let me pull a clarifier. Three of Pentacles reversed. This is going to be a problem with them. With the Three of Pentacles in the reverse position is working together as partners. There's working together as partners. I feel a little bit of the dynamics with her. She wants him to take the lead, but she wants to be in control. This is a hard part, that this is going to be her internal struggle in the relationship. He has to, he also is, you know, going between being a young guy, hanging out with friends and having goody-goody times, and being a responsible adult who is going to take care of a family. And he has to shift into that. Now I need to slip these shoes on. And I feel one of his problems is letting go of the friends and everything and putting her first. I feel he's just not ready for that. But he's got to do that. And that's probably a little bit. But I do note the King of Cups, this is what I think it represents. Notice it's a cup and notice it's a reverse. And I said the cup would represent the drink. I do think he's going to stop drinking. I do feel he is going to try to work on that. That is good and that is hopeful for me. But working together as a partnership, this is a struggle between these two. They're both a little immature. They're both a little immature. And with, you know, bringing a little into the family, you know, getting married and all that, they're going to have to grow in responsibility. I do have hope for him, though. Since the King of Cups reverses, I would say I have hope for him that he's going to quit drinking. And don't cut down, Jovi. Because if you cut down and don't cut out, it's going to be a problem. Okay, the final one. This is a big one. And I'm actually going to read the big thought for this one. I'm going to read Rebecca and Zied. Because that's a really good, it does not care for your feelings deck. I got this new big thought, so it looks really pretty on camera. Does he really love her? Or is she going to marry him and he just turns into a dark creature? What's going to happen? Is she making another mistake? This is a big one. And I'm trying not to draw any conclusions. I watched the other season with them. I'm just going to, you know, because he's, you know, let's give him credit on a couple things here. He put up with some things here. Oh, and I've got the one deck card in there. Take that out. She wasn't fully divorced when they got together. He's a devoted Muslim. That was a big problem. Okay. She admitted she has been with another woman before. That's another thing he accepted. Okay. So I will give Zied the fact that he bent a few things for her that were probably not so easy. But I know her still being married was a huge one. Remember that season? He about lost it. So she had secrets. She even used a filter to make herself look almost 20 years younger. Okay. She was, you know, so she's not a saint here. Okay. She's not a saint. You know, she did mass. even her appearance to make herself look a little different. And I know people want to look attractive, but they got to be real, especially if you're going to meet this person from another country, Miriam. They need to know what you look like. Okay, so that's not very cool. Okay, let's see what's going to happen with this couple. Save the best for last, right? This is a big one. So we got the card Interference. So I will go ahead and say this is the Eight of Swords, which it shows the woman being trapped. She's kind of trapped in the mind, trapped in a little bit of a prison and things like that, right? Mentally under control. This is one of the things that I'm a little bit worried that this card is showing up, because she may be ending up in this kind of situation with Cian, okay? Once she gets married and everything, is he going to put her in a prison and control her? The Crossing card is happiness. The poor woman just wants to be happy. She just wants to be happy. This is what she's wished for, though, is the end. But be careful what you wish for, okay? Let's look for the rest of the cards. But notice it's an opposing. Now, I've got for him, I've got the Prince of Pentacles. So I definitely, coming over here and everything like that. He's trying to be down to earth with people. He's trying to be approachable and things like that. But he's still, and he's got a little stubborn there, okay? He's a little bit of a stubborn person. Just like he stomped his foot about, getting married before Ramadan. But is he being a little tricky? We got the magician here, the Magus. Is he being a little sneaky and tricky with her? As far as that. We got to see, where's my cups for love and things like that. I'm a little concerned. Actually, no. I'm not going to give this to Ziad. I'm going to give it to her. Okay, I'm going to give it to her. Because we just talked about that. One thing she did wear filters to make herself look a lot younger. Though I'm sure she didn't lie about her age per se. But she did keep secrets from him and everything like that. This is in the past position, so I'm not going to say this is the end. I will say this has to do with her still being married. She kept that secret. Okay, that was a big one. Being with other women, she kind of let him know later. Certain things, she kind of, masked certain things. This makes me feel the other person, the guy from Morocco that she married that was a disaster, that is in the past position, and everybody is so worried she's going to make the same mistake again. And I've also got the card Art, which is Temperance, which is about patience. And see, this is the thing. She has been wanting to go slow into this. And she, of course, rushed the visa, yes. But, I mean, she wanted to kind of, feel out this visa, get married toward the end of it. But he's talking about we got to do it now and everything. He's being a little impatient about it. And this is what she fears. She's afraid of being alone. This is the Hermit. This is her problem. This is her big problem. This woman can't be alone. This is why she keeps getting married over and over, and stuff like that. If something doesn't work out with the guy in this country, I'm going to look at another country, okay? And I feel she's also attracted to people from other cultures and things like that. This is her main problem, is anything but be alone. This is what she can't, and I know the family is on her about that. She can't stand being alone. And that is her Achilles tendon right there. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune. Actually, I will look at this. Remember the Wheel of Fortune reverse kind of popped up for Natalie and Mike. I would say the Wheel of Fortune is popping up that, with the coronavirus thing going on and Ramadan, it's going in his favor that, they're going to get the marriage his way and they're going to marry quick. I do got that Devil card, though. Okay, I got that Devil card. And this is one of the things we've been wanting to avoid, another one of those, right? That we're just, and I'm concerned about that Eight of Swords being the first card to end up in a trap. But yeah, he saw opportunity, by, coming over here and getting married. But the Devil is very concerning. The Devil that's the toxic influence that chains the lovers and everything like that. So, and that can be about lies and deceit and everything like that. Notice I have drawn no cup cards yet. There is one. We've got the Seven of Cups. So this can, this has to do with addictions and things like that. it's kind of funny because, like, she really shouldn't drink and things like that, with this, with Muslim, this can be a problem if she ever wants to do that. But he seems to have a little video game addiction. I noticed a little video game addiction. Okay, that's a little problem. I feel that that may be a little more severe than she thought. I think he was kind of hoping he could come over to the life of luxury, in America and things like that. That's definitely a big thing. Still not see what I want to see. In the hopes and fears, once again, she is just hopeful. The sun, the moment to have joy, happiness, everything work out. This is what she really wants. What's the end card? Ooh, I'm scared to look. Ooh, I got the lust card. And maybe this is kind of part of her problem too. Okay, we're afraid of being alone, and she's very attracted to this person. He's younger. He's a nice looking man, I guess for her standards. He's not necessarily my type, but I'm just saying, I guess he would be considered a nice looking man. And a lot of it, there's a thing in there, that there's kind of some lust in there, with her and everything. But she's going to go forward. Okay, we've got the Chariot. She's going to go forward. This is what she wants to do. And I feel, looking at the Chariot for Rebecca, when she sets her mind on something, it doesn't matter, once she's made up her mind, I want to do this. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what anyone does. It doesn't matter the red flags. It doesn't matter her entire family begs her, do not do this again. She's going to do it. Okay? She doesn't listen to anything at all. Once she's Chariot. Once she makes up her mind, she's going to do it. I just don't see, that I feel he's here more for opportunity. Very concerned I got the Devil. Very concerned I got the Eight of Swords. I feel this is a disaster. He does seem a little bit of a hardcore Muslim and things like that. He's going to want to take control once he gets the upper hand there. And she's not going to like that because that's not necessarily her nature either. And everything. But she kind of walked into this one. She kind of, and I'm not saying she deserves any kind of heartache. Do not get me wrong. I don't mean that, but, she wasn't very honest about certain things and things like that and stuff. So, this is a sad one. So I don't feel these guys are going to make it. I really feel with that Devil card showing, and especially the Ace of Wands, which is about opportunity, he was taking opportunity. He wants to be here for America. It's not love. It's not love. It's just not the way it is. Except he may have in the beginning really, when she was looking all young and beautiful. Okay. And that was one thing. But he wants to be here because he wants a green card, period. End of story. I don't see any love here. So I hope you guys enjoyed my read. That was a lot. That was some heavy duty stuff and everything. Definitely give me feedback and let me know. I know it's a long one. I almost made it to 90 minutes with a 90-day fiancé read and stuff. But let me know any feedback, and we'll kind of see for the rest of the season how everything goes. No spoilers, please. If you spoil, I'm going to delete the comment.